buddy. We're doing a little running around this morning. I had to go pick up my tow straps from my buddy Tony, the one with the Honda. I gotta drop some parts off to Dave with the 25.3 Fox body, which we're at his house now. Well, we're at my buddy Billy's house where Dave's car is. How cool is that Mercedes, huh? I'm meeting them to drop off some parts, and there's a pretty trick part that a local guy, John Little, you can look him up on Little's Race Fabrications. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. And he started making these. If you see Fox body doors when you're doing the fiberglass, or I mean even there's a plate in the body that your hinge bolts to. They're steel, they're kind of heavy. Well, he went and made aluminum ones. How cool are these things? All right, so you replace these, and they're like, you know, ounces compared to the pounds. You know, it's when you're chasing weight. These aren't from my car. I'm not chasing weight to that extent yet. When you're chasing weight, it's ounces. You start counting in ounces. And I started to do a little bit on that car, cutting spare tabs, cutting, you know, ends up bolts off. And I ended up with a painter's cup full of crap, and it was a pound. Now, a pound's not much in a 3,200 pound, well, my car's like 2,800 pounds. 3,160 with me in it last year. So, but when you're chasing pounds, you know, something like this was 75 bucks from him. So you can hit him up on Facebook or Instagram to get you a set. They're pretty trick and cool. I'll probably order another set for my car because, you know, I'm sure I'll be chasing that in another year or two when I upgrade cages. We're here. I'm gonna give you an update on the 25.3 car. We're down to 78 days before Midwest Drags, which East Coast Invasion. It's Summit Racing Midwest Drag Series. Because I was like, oh, it's not on the East, it's on the East Coast. Why is it called Midwest Drags? Shut the hell up. Go drink a Bud Light. We're 78 days away from that. This car is not ready, nowhere near ready. So he's got a lot of work to do. But the upside is, like, his motor's built, his transmission's built, the rear end's built. He has to put it all in and get a measure for a drive shaft, but like he has his engine management, he has his harness, he has his injectors, like he has his turbo, like he has a ton of it. He just got his carbon tubs in. I think the seat's mounted. We're gonna find out. I ordered him TMZ drop spindles. Those got put in last week. I have his Holley low ram, dual injector low ram right there that I ordered for him. So it's progressing. I'm waiting on his Holley dash to come in. You know, Holley, stuff in stock, can't even ship it on time. So that's progressing. I did that. I met with another guy today. I picked up a 3.5-inch screen. So after I hurt the motor last year, one thing I was really bad at was checking all my gauges before I make a run after the burnout. And you know, the first motor, I probably would have still hurt the second motor, but I wouldn't have hurt the first motor as bad had I noticed the low oil pressure before staging the car. So I picked this up today, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a roll cage mount or a dash mount. I gotta get it in the car and see where it's gonna fit, you know, put it up here. And what I'm gonna put on here is it's strictly gonna be like oil pressure, fuel pressure, air fuel, and like that's it. So after I do the burnout, I can just look at this and see those 3 numbers instead of the 10 numbers or 15 numbers, whatever's on my dash. This is just much bigger and easier to glance at. So I went and picked that up today as well. My car's all torn apart. I really don't have much to do to get ready for Midwest Drags. I got a secondary O2 sensor. It should be at my house now. I got to finish wiring that in so I could actually have monitoring each bank air fuels now, because I have a feeling that driver's side's a little rich. Or that's gonna get done. Wiring supplies will be here Monday. I can wire my pre-intake air temp sensor in. I just wired my G meter in, my air shifter in. The secondary O2 is wired into the ECU. The wires ran. I just got to put the sensor in and terminate it. The plug on the other end. I gotta install my drive shaft collar and sensor, get that set up, shock sensors, and I gotta redo all the brake lines, plumbing on the brake lines. But I got the interior partly taken apart. I got a door panel off. I started tearing the door panels off so I could switch it over to power windows, and we go from there. But let's get inside and look at Dave's Mustang and see how that's progressing. You know, he seemed to think at 150 days that there was, he's gonna be ready, but now we're down to 78 days. And let's see how far along it's gotten, all right?
Shitload of fuel pumps downstairs.
Fuel pumps? Full pump. Dave went China. Got this Ching Chong copycat on here. Big bastard. What's this thing weigh?
70 pounds.
70 pounds.
Yeah, the back housing itself is 40.
Yeah. Yep.
Just the back.
Cast.
Yeah, we're gonna try and lighten that up like 5 pounds. I can get it. It's so thick in some areas.
You should have got the one with the billet center section. Fancy.
Would defeat the purpose of buying a China turbo.
I mean, you spent this much money on the car. I wouldn't have bought a China turbo.
Like I said, realistically, I only bought it for the back housing. So,
Yeah, but like,
if it works, it works. If it don't, it comes off and the Garrett goes on.
But why would you want to put a 40-pound back housing on the Garrett?
Because the Garrett has the old style turbine wheel, and I don't want to pay.
The transmount's nice.
The new turbo, it's going to have the bigger turbine wheel.
The turning mount came out nice.
Yeah, it worked. It all came okay. That's all in.
These just end?
Yeah, I gotta put the caps on them. I didn't put them on yet.
That looks nice.
Cap those off.
How's that fit?
Floorboards.
Ooh, that's tight.
It's coming out. This is getting. So what I did was with the seat, you got the bolt holes here.
Yeah.
I made this so like this is mounted here solid, but the seat can rock in here a couple different ways
Yep.
to change the position. So
Yeah.
if it need be, it can move, have some type of adjustability. But this is gonna sit
Goddamn got a recliner in here.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That thing is kicked so far back.
Yeah, trying to figure out how I was gonna mount this thing was a little difficult.
Yeah.
The seat's basically right on top of the pipes. It was hard to figure out how to get this so that it was gonna be workable, you know, but
Sheesh.
I couldn't do it before though, because like right here is where the pipe ended up with these mounts, these cups before. So these were on here like that, and you stick it like this.
Yep.
It was going sideways. It was right here. Well, when I ran the strings for the drive shaft, it was basically right on
Touching
top
it,
of
yeah.
So, and I mean, I made this off the yoke, which is 4 inches when I did it. So
And I'm assuming the seat hits the door bars.
it's right up against.
Yeah.
It's as far over as it can go. I mean, it's not uncomfortable, but it's
It's
not much
close.
you can do.
Yeah.
You fucking big guys.
Yeah, whoa.
I can swim in here. I need a boost.
I'm trying to be a schmedium guy here. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm down 20 pounds in 2 months.
Oh man.
You still double me, but that is what it is.
How much you weigh again?
Nobody my size. 130.
Ah, I'm less than double.
125.
Oh, 130. I heard 130.
130. Depends what day it is.
Yeah, me too.
You eat a lot and then you go take a dump after.
Yeah.
You lose like 5 pounds.
It looks good. It looks good. Fit a big old.
I trying to figure out the articulation. Like, you know, we did the swing to figure out the rear end so that everything was like proper for throw for all the adjustability. And I got it as good as I think it's gonna get.
Yep.
But I gotta keep in mind too, if we put a bigger tire on, that's
a big ass bore.
Like 2.5 inch.
Goddamn Pro Mod.
Oh.
This ain't no street car no more.
The idea was to do it
No.
once.
No.
There's no floor pan. There's
That's
no-
what I'm saying.
See, this is, come on, this is not a streetcar anymore. This is,
Last I checked, streetcars didn't come with wishbones.
that's it. Oh, yeah, you
And
can
four
put,
links.
You can put a wishbone in on them. They make the kits to do it with a stock floor pan, but still, once this is gone, it's
Yeah.
not a streetcar.
No, this is a race car that'll be driven on the
This is a
street.
race car with a shell over it.
Yeah. This will be a race car driven on the street. That's what this will be.
That's it.
So, AKA a streetcar.
No,
Got
race
it.
car
No,
on
no,
the
no.
street.
Hey.
Nope.
Do you see this right here? You see that? That bad boy is registered and insured.
Let me
sir.
see the registration.
It's actually in my truck.
It is not registered right now. That bitch has been expired.
No.
Yeah.
No, I went to DMV last week. It's brand new, baby. That bad boy is good to go for 3 years, sir.
Jeez.
First time to DMV in like 10 years.
My shock's still in here.
Man,
Blame Dave, I can't go racing.
call Scotty. All right?
I'm not calling anyone. You got Lakewoods at home.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you sold all those.
All right. Back to power window changeover. So I've got my door taken apart, the manual regulator out of it, the guide rods, you know, and all that crap is out of it. Obviously taking that apart. So this is the set of convertible doors that I've taken everything out of. Well, not everything, because I still have to do all this, but you see on a convertible it comes with this metal plate. So we have to drill each and every single one of these rivets. But first we have to power up the motor here and put the window all the way up to do all of this. So Ford connectors are literally the worst thing invented. Oh, that's broken. Now it's unplugged. Love it. Ta-da! So go clean this all up, get some new grease on it. Obviously we've seen that it all works, so I'm just gonna clean this up real quick. Now we're gonna do a little weight comparison because you can't trust everything you read on the internet. So this thing feels like 1.5 pounds. Does not feel like 1.5 pounds more. So we're gonna do a little scaling here. Zeroed. Let's take the power window one. 6.8 pounds. This thing is also way longer because it's got this metal bracket that it sits way further. Now, I have a hard time believing that this is only 1.5 pounds lighter. 4 pounds per side. So that's 8 pounds plus switches and wiring. So I'm gonna put 10 pounds back in this car just by switching to power windows. This is why you can't always believe the internet. 2.9 for a manual, 6.8 for a power. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know what? I think it's gonna be. I think the pros are gonna outweigh the cons on this. I have a Fox body. This is a rear convertible wiper window motor, but it's almost identical to a front. You see that? I'm curious if they just change. This comes right out. I'm wondering if they just change it for that. I didn't take it apart to see, but it's almost identical. So I might have spares. I don't know. We'll see. All right, that was a royal pain in the butt. So I got the new power regulator in. I had to, these 4 holes lined up. I had to trim this bracket. Apparently there's 2 different size ones here. So I trimmed it and just re-drilled the hole, which lined right up with it. And I nut and bolted it, stainless. And as you can see, it's all stainless in there. It all works. I gutted the factory harness. So I just have the window switch. Let's, now, so it's all hooked up to the factory switch. It's not wired in yet. I just have it So I have the, like I said, I gutted the factory harness, and I just have the factory plug coming through. I left the ground wire in there. It's not needed. You just need your power and your up and down, or you know what I'm saying, because these get power flip-flops. I left the ground in there, literally. I could have just left a couple pins, but I just left the ground in there to have it ground into the door in case I ever need it for something. It's there. This is done. It's operational. It works. It sucked getting it in, like getting that whole thing in and getting it lined up. Everything's all nice and greased. Everything's all cleaned in, bolted, secured, wired. The only thing I got to do is I have to put a grommet on this. I don't trust this right here. And I got to see where the door, if this is a door panel pin. So I got to do that. Now we got to put the door panel on. And this one will be all set. And then we have to go on to the other one and then wire everything else together. So let's do that, and then once we're all done, we'll play with it. I still need to get a factory switch for the driver's side. I'm going to, for now, temporarily, I have, I'll show you why I can't use the convertible. There's 4 window switches and a window lock button. So I'm not going through all of this. So I need to locate a driver window switch and harness so I can put that in over there. So it's just going to be temporarily ran with a universal switch. I was going to do this. I think I might have showed you guys this once or twice already. I don't know. I lost. I don't even know my name anymore. This whole fiasco. So this is a universal window switch kit, and I was just gonna mount this in the center console, but I'm not really feeling it. I kind of want the factory switches in the factory spot and the factory look, and hopefully I don't have any issues with the wiring. We'll see, but that's what we're gonna do. So I have to locate a driver window switch and harness, but I could at least go over there and put it all together and get everything done. Because I mean, as much as I want to drive the car because it's getting nice out, I got to do this. I got to wire a couple more things, and I got to redo all the brake lines and put my front suspension in. Let's get moving. Okay, where did we leave off? I think it was doing this one, getting this one. Oh, I don't know. That one's all set. Man, look how much nicer it looks with all black interior finally. It needs to be all assembled still. I still have more sensors to run, so I haven't assembled it. I need a speaker cover for that, and I'm waiting for new speakers to come in for the grill. I had them on the outside 6.5, but I ordered 5 1/4 to go behind the grill, so it looks Factoria. Anyway, I just found a driver window switch and door harness. So for the meantime, I'm going to use these universal ones temporarily, but this one works well. This one works well. And I don't know, it's a little slow going down, but it's a little, or is it slow? Yeah. A little slow going down with both together, but you know, these are original. I don't know if they're original, but they're Ford motors, so I'm betting they're original. And I gotta finish taking apart this other, oh man, I should have probably done that. I fucked up. I probably should have taken apart the motor before I put it in the door to see if I could just keep this as a spare. You know what I'm saying? Just see if this is replaceable on the other one. I should have taken that apart. I mean, obviously I'd probably have to cut down this rod, but like I said, the motors are absolutely identical. Let's see if this switch works. See if I wired it right. Oh yeah. Kind of got a little feels like something is holding it up in there. I don't know what. But it's like almost like the window's not lined up right. So it like kicks out. Oh yeah, it definitely wants to. See how it hits? I wonder what that's about. Let's see if the door frame is. It might be a little in. Yeah, that corner looks like it's in. So these door frames bend very easily, and there's a pretty easy way to go about fixing said door frames. I've never really had to go out. I've only had to go in, but you could literally just yank on these things. Let's have a well, and just like that. Let's see. Oh, it's definitely better. You don't want to go crazy bending them, because obviously I think it was tweaked. Yeah, I gotta repaint these door frames. Oh, way better. Still not 100%, but close enough. Close enough for good work. I went to go drive this thing yesterday, or I got to drive it today. The thing was up on stands, tires off. I've been trying to wire in my secondary O2, and I'm pretty sure I wired everything correctly, and I got a dead sensor from Mad Racing Parts. But I talked to Glenn today, and really nice guy, excellent customer service. So he's like, is it a time crunch? You gotta make a race? Do you need me to mail it back out like ASAP? And I'm like, no. Like, keep it. I want to make sure that you know, I don't just get another sensor and burn it up. So he's I'm mailing it back to him. He's gonna test it. I looked over my wiring 3 or 4 times. I don't see anything, because what's interesting, so this is J2A, this is J2B, J1B, J1A. So you can see this yellow wire, that's the factory sensor that comes on the harness. They get wired absolutely identical, which I believe I am. So I got to pull these out and just double check everything. But I believe that, and I believe I'm right on the plug. So, interesting. Air shifters wired. Finally, we'll have to go over the, you know, the things for that to make that work correctly. But we're going to have to get a little more data. I got to wire my intake air temp sensor under the hood, which I'm doing now. I used where's my flashlight? Because it's a little dark over here. I used a Rife. Oh, what in the same hell is going on here? A high temp sensor, because it's pre-intercooler. You see that? So, oh, fancy. I even booted it. DTM, some Raychem. It's all booted, and, you know, I just got to run the wire now to the ECU. So this is going to monitor our pre-intercooler temps to see how well that's working. Yeah. And tomorrow I'm going to put it up on the lift at work and put the drive shaft sensor in, wire that. So we go out to the track, you know, we'll have drive shaft data, we'll have G-meter data, and we can see exactly how slow my car actually is. and go from there. I'll probably finish up with the drive shaft speed sensor install in this video and be done, and get to look out for a safety video. I know everybody's like, we don't like safety. Oh my God, I want to die in a car. No, that's a joke. But since I have all my safety gear, like I've already gone over the parachute and stuff like that. But since I got the rest of my safety gear in, we're gonna go over the levels of protection that there is when it comes to things. So there'll be a video on that if you're interested in protecting your skin. We'll see how well that does. We'll discuss. There's a lot of misconceptions on 3A, 5A, 15A, 20A. People think that's, oh, it's 20 layers. No, it's not. So we'll go over fire ratings and just the basic general rules of fire gear and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that video. We'll finish this thing up with a drive shaft. God, I gotta buff this car. I don't know if you could see that on camera. Holy shnikes. So what happens when I use my trunk as a workbench. And yeah, so we'll finish the drive shaft install. I'm gonna finish just tucking these wires away. This is 100% temporary. I'm getting my window switch and everything this weekend, so it'll look factoria. All right, see you tomorrow. All right, I got my drive shaft collar on. Sensor in. This is a motion bracket, low dollar sensor, low dollar collar. Tie it to this bar. My dumbass brought a 2-pin connector, not a 3, so I can't finish it. So there's gonna be a connector here, and it's gonna go, you know, up to the frame rail, and then in there to the ECU. And we'll wire that in, but all right, the brakes making noise. That should be fun. Oh, all done on that. So the only thing I'm gonna do now is wire my front pre-intake temp sensor and call it a day. But I'll wrap this video up now. Just figured I'd show you this low dollar setup. Oh, piece of advice: a 250. You can see that there's a gap where the screws together. They don't butt up. They stay apart. So if you get one, don't worry about it. Alright guys, like I said, get in the garage, grab a cold drink, get to work on your hot rod. Have a good day.